In tonight's Fox 7 Focus, it was a crime and a trial that garnered national attention. On Thursday, it took a jury just over 2 hours to find Kaitlin Armstrong guilty in the 2022 murder of pro cyclist Moriah Wilson in East Austin. Then yesterday, that same jury recommended a 90-year prison term for Armstrong. Earlier today, I spoke one-on-one with Austin-based attorney James Wood to get his thoughts on the verdict and the sentence. Kaitlin Armstrong found guilty of first-degree murder. What's your reaction to that? Were you surprised? Were you not surprised?
Personally, I was not surprised. I don't think many people were surprised. I followed this trial closely, and I watched the public's comments. And when I watch public comments, I'm usually watching them to see if I can get an idea of what the jury might be thinking. And so public comments on social media, on Twitter, and on news streams, the public comments were very critical of Kaitlin Armstrong.
The fact that it took the jury a little over 2 hours, what message did that send to you?
Well, it sent a message that the jury was all on the same page, and that they agreed that one side had really shown the evidence to make a quick decision. It didn't leave much room for discussion.
Yeah, and I was going to ask, I mean, as far as how the prosecution presented its case, it was a lot of circumstantial evidence, but they seemed very methodical about it. What are your thoughts on how the prosecution did their job here?
Well, I mean, lawyers, and if you're in this case, you wanted to be on the prosecution side because that was where you had the most evidence to work with. On the defense side, there wasn't a lot to work with. So as good of a lawyer as you can be and as good of a case as you can put on, the defense in this one just didn't have much to work with. One thing I did notice while I was watching this trial is that every time the defense spoke, it seemed to incriminate her even more because of the lack of evidence of her innocence.
During the allocution phase, what was your reaction to what the family had to say here?
It was surprising, and we heard from Caitlin Cash as well as Moriah's mother. Both are clearly very heartbroken at the loss of Moriah, and both of them addressed Kaitlin Armstrong in court. It was very emotional. It was very sad, and I think it was interesting that Moriah's mom and her friend Caitlin Cash both offered, some sort of forgiveness to Kaitlin Armstrong. Anger, but hoping for forgiveness and healing of her heart. And I think that shows the kind of stock that Moriah Wilson came from.
When you heard the sentence, 90 years in prison.
My initial reaction to hearing about the 90 years was I wonder how many years she had been offered in her plea bargain, whether she did herself a favor by going through this trial. What's also interesting is that in her escape attempt that caused injury to the sheriff's deputies, that's a separate charge that she still faces an additional sentence for.
And speaking of what's still to come, what are your expectations about potential appeals in this case?
I think if they're going to appeal this case, the most common appeal is what's called ineffective assistance of counsel, meaning my lawyer didn't do a good job, my lawyer dropped the ball, and that's why I got convicted of a crime. It's going to be really hard to show that in this case because we saw her lawyers, who are credentialed, well-respected lawyers, we saw them show up every day, fight for her, and argue to the point that the state made a whole lot of objections to how far they pushed the envelope on her behalf. And so as far as that grounds for appeal, I don't think it's going to happen.
James Wood, attorney here in Austin. James, thanks so much for being here and sharing your perspective. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.